Antisteez.
I guess right now we should start the show.
Hot damn, it's important we communicate.
Know my style. Let's speak my mind.
Take these words home and think it through.
Evidently, it's elementary.
Dusted off and reloaded, the 15-year anniversary of the original Antisteez Podcast. Presented by Lou, mixed by DJ Guilletine.
Yeah.
With the disco tempo, cliche intro.
Commercial radio on the rats.
You up at the end of the night.
words that came back to haunt you. All your life like permanent dry tears. Some cats get it like no bright ideas. He caught the record and vowed. Said he couldn't do it without the crowd for crying out loud. He even took the time to contaminate the rhyme scene and drop a line before he was out in the time machine. A lot of rappers are drama queens. Buddy duddy, when it come to the mic, I'm a fiend, that's buddy buddy. Fuck around and get your title took cut and dry. He doesn't lie, leave him like who and where, what and why. Hold it like a cute button fly, boom boom. Once he leave the room, they be like doom doom doom. It's no use. Bless the design and the villain has left the building. Dressed to the nines like I'ma do mines, y'all do y'alls. He stay reppin' the game like Lou Rawls. The super MF villain, feelin' like 2 balls. For the microphone, he jones like 2 falls. We will see after these scrimmages who falls. A lot of y'all image reminiscent of RuPaul. Brawl to brawl and we'll be needing new drawers. Jaws, the 1-2s that run through walls. My flow is used for practice. Even so, still top choice off the track list. Far as I know, we've been blacklist for as long as the earth rotates on a 23-degree axis.
All in together now. Some of the misadventures of a bothered crop. My piranha chops slouching. See, I'ma stop that gut reaction bound to shackles when a battle runs in circles like rodeo clowns with battles. Poked in the belly by petty sarcasm. Gentlemen, start your laugh track. Push pins for the lab rap reading. All I wanna be is a fat cat sleeping 40 nights. In hopes that when I rise, the hacker master will have seen this water light. Let's recreate a perfect service rooted in labor, lust, and a discipline christened. Your work ethic antithesis. Parallel park, your burning crowd adjacent to the flagrant iron ego man. Let us study a weaker outlet. I found peace. It's tap you on the shoulder asking where's the closest war and how to make it sleep. I pointed toward the exact place my sneakers met the street and said if I could answer question 2, I wouldn't need relief. Now glass bottom got him shook by exposing the skeleton. Yeah, I sort of stick to a more murky herd development. Some of these kids is spitting just a bit too delicate a thesis. If only but holy jumping Jesus. I get torn swiftly from my planet while it tilts 23. Look money, we gotta talk. God made me a fine instrument of style, zigzag Zeus fist. Don't make me hurl these big bolts blindly until your mood shifts. Here pumps 40 acres of congruency pistons, equipped with skeleton key immunity systems. It'll be something incredible. See, I know the limit. That's why I do my best to stay quiet whenever I ain't spitting the gimmick.
Keeping my flow is used for practice. Even so, still top choice off the track list. Far as I know, we've been blacklist for as long as the earth rotates on a 23-degree axis. Us.
Yeah, one time for ya. Man, yo, what's up, y'all? KLBLS, New York. My time, City Fly. One, no doubt. Radio attack. Yeah, word. Yeah, true. Yeah, single out that gave me a call, see what's going on. What's up, money? How about you? You don't even listen, no doubt. Jump back into the music. We got my thing to do. I find out what's coming up next, like that. L for Perfect. S for Bad Night. I'm about to exit.
if I just said fuck the biters, does that sound like I want to talk about them? No, I said everything I have to say about them. Whatever shit, when you play some shit and someone else feels inspired to like get off their ass and do something creative, positive, like that's some shit, right?
Whole lot of style.
Don't like perpetrators. Science analyze my data, not a fader on the face of the earth. The blend rhythms like my wheel surreal, spinning ever moving like evolution. It's retribution for separate roots and lesser futures. I'm stepping the future. Sunrise in my subconscious culminates constant. Lead to see various ideologies. Angles like isosceles, read my autobiography. So many sides to me that vibrantly shine. Philosophy's properly thick like mahogany dimes. We finding beauty in this urban gritty, usually overlooked by many moving intently through the densely populated city, assuming eventually we gotta get over. I document culture closer to the edge, bolder than the print, open to interpretation, gazing deep into the glint. To my people, raise your fists, I know it stays intense. Whatever pays the rent but saves the soul, you know the drill it go.
Hotter than most dudes, from left to right, on top and below you. Blow like the coastals, move like smoke do.
I'm diverse, these other cats are just hopefuls.
When they ask who put it down, baby, you know who. Tell your whole crew, it's something that you need to know, dude. This is how we go through. Yo, who the boys are playing? Most got the ink well full of serum. Prescribed for any MC claiming they ill. A small dose will change the way that they feel. Milligrams of the raw, it's no cut. Check how I label a pill. It's MD, the spit doctor, chant like a witch doctor. Recite me, and your whole ailment get proper. I'm the medicine man representing my clan. Mixing the potion with diversified instead of my man. And stay shotting it for home team wherever I am. The BROKKL, widen out. The cowboys who don't fret to pull they llamas out. On your horse, style of cap, hoop the bill, riding out. No lights, no cam, action, drama it out. Sprinkle your scammer out, absorb the shit that I'm about. Inner city, blue note, ghetto folks, holla out. I'm good money, tell the doubters get their wallets out. Hot when the dice is out, they go broke, finding out. Smack your mojo, quarter half a whole no. Magical vocals, get it there like postal. Underground, they spoke truth and broke through. Shine bright where I'm far from or close to. I told you, you know how most do. Hotter than most dudes, from left to right, on top and below you. Blow like the coastals, move like smoke do. I'm Mos Def, them other cats is just hopefuls. When they ask who put it down, baby, you know who. Tell your whole crew, it's something that you need to know, dude. This is how we go through.
Exposed to a higher set of variables, this flies aerial, defining stereo components, moments with my mastery, mastering technique, canvassing fresh sheets, damaging margins with a broader outlook. We looking out, y'all. Me and Mr. Mighty Most, we outlaws, blazing in the saddle, raising like the morning star, forming majestic, condensing like the street lamps. I be amped and innovate, reminiscent of technology, probably just my will to build some real notions with motion similar to the 7 Seas, steadily sparking cables, tables turning like the hot tide. I'm captive to this music, vastness into it. I skydive, tumbling like buildings crumbling on inner cities cumbersome. They coming in to run us out. Can shout for justice. If you wanna link with me, then let me know. This music is like my vessel, so we seem to be inseparable. From C-Town, headed eastbound, you know the rest it goes.
Hotter than most dudes, from left to right, on top and below you. Blow like the coastals, move like smoke do.
It's D.I., these other cats are just hopefuls.
When they ask who put it down, baby, you know who. Tell your whole crew, it's something that you need to know, dude. This is how we go through. Yes, 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 yes. How we roll through.
Switzerland shakes from out of the road. Shit's about to pop off, y'all. It's about to pop off. And laser phrase. You never seen that shit before. I told y'all niggas it's about to pop. Here we go.
Come on,
New
man.
York, we got y'all niggas up top.
Fuck this,
Oh,
New
New
York.
York. Hold me down,
Brooklyn.
Yo, this is Ghostface Theodore. I'm magically suspicious. Police try to get money and sell my pictures to the Star Ledger. Inquiring minds wanna know how pretty Tone did robes and soft as snow. Where the bird go, that shit flew south for the winter. While my piece hold the face the size of place at dinner. Was Masquerade a true story? What happened to the clan? Did I really dodge death? Am I the true Iron Man?
Yo, this is Laserface, up without the funk trust and dance to this. My legs sweeping, running man stance with my contaminant. That hardly arty, semi-retardedly brawny, ungodly shot for me. Put holes in your body, heat, bang. Abort your eminence front with coat hanging it. Flip off of the set of the altercation without anger. Oh, is that the shit you running with? Bitch with a pair of scissors, come go for the Brooklyn word post. Tony the Iron Wizard, you ain't lying to the fans on your tape. Just because radio will play you doesn't mean that you're great. Baby heads talking shit in my face. Motherfucker, we hold the legends every breath that we take. You riding dirty with your mans in the place. Bring your seatbelt and make sure to keep it light on the brakes. You've been drafted by the United States. You wind up running out of job for another man in his hate. Oh, great.
Oh shit. When the beat gon' drop.
Two bars, man.
Put get big money in. Here we go,
Burn
nigga.
it down, barrister. Bastard, bent of calamity, rap marriage of fever, a malt liquid stick in your character. Penning obituaries with a Krylon scepter. Last of the unforgiven, spitting insanity lecture. From where? From the era of a Dapper Dan texture. The bully pulling on Lucy Nuki from the BK section. Oh, is that the shit you running with? Bitch, with a broken cattle prod and an oxen stole from the mailroom supervisor at my last
yo,
job.
it's Tony Starks, the Wallaby Clarks, the Fly Minks. The first thing to pop them yellow bottles for drinks. Big links only built for decoys. I peepholes, you got them right. I fuck fans and get G-rolls and spinach. Red like the Pillsbury dough. I got a red nose pit with the high pro glow. My hydro flow, I got a lot that y'all don't know. Watch when the Enterprise go public and stocks just blow.
Bang! To the fans on your tape. Just because radio will play you doesn't mean that you're great. Baby heads talking shit in my face. Motherfucker, we hold the legends every breath that we take. You riding dirty with your mans in the place. Bring your seatbelt and make sure to keep it light on the brakes. You've been drafted by the United States. You wind up gunning out a job for another man in his hate. Oh, great. Hide your face. Hide your face.
Southerners generally break up words with single vowels into double vowels or diphthongs, so that the pronunciation of words like yes and glad come close to sounding like.
First I'm a scoop up the females, pick up an ounce of Fayetteville, drop that off from Riverdale, they coming straight to Old Natale. But the party don't start until 11:45, and don't nobody start cutting to cut and get there.
Residential neighborhoods and nightclubs.
Hey, what's up? Have you ever been to jams where people just stand? They pay to come in and they don't even dance.
She was in love with the rhyme writer. He was in love with her. She said he only adored his verse, but he would place her first. Write rhymes at the kitchen table. They was poor, but my man was able.
Silencio.
Damn, son, that was nope. All right, yeah, women's lying in.
Over the only oaken BK. This was after having perused every crook nook tucked in a scrupledom. Lit the grill for the neighborhood on his last city B-day. And as they ushered in the kiddies, handed each one that gift wrapped Louisville aluminum. Wing batter, chatterbox, black tar gather at a scrape for the cake dawn. 6 from the bus traffic, half a dozen summoned from a lump of drug magic. Fire in the max cap theater, heat a beer from his peers. Drug habits and heaters under the mattress. Love him all to death, but I'm slowing down faster and I know this town backwards. Looking at him different cause he coasts with no liquor in a glassy with his lips swift. Never preach for the rights are relative, but he'll reach for the clicker if the picture isn't helping him. Betty bleach self shimmy at a seatbelt. Jimmy of a city limits, giddy up and leak left. He steps with a duffel bag shuffle. Most don't focus so his folk won't notice. Those old jokes don't hold him with the voltage of the moldy hocus pocus. He the geezer mostly grows with. So 1985 Dodge Aries, hand me down freebie, piece of fuck with shit with the fucking yellow plates. You are going to start for me. Do not do this today. Look, man. Look, you have been very good to me, okay? I'm gonna start the ignition. I'm gonna point you in one direction. All you have to do is go. Look, I'm not even gonna steer, man. Please. I am so dangerous. In and out of frame lane, bit of wet pegging F on the octane. Kid a full tank, pull rank, made a minute roll on to adhere to. Look, 3 tiers cooking up. Here's to the shrunk Empire City stuck in the rear view. He get gone. Why? I don't know, hit an inch. Had a flame in both ends. In a wing center and a brick maker off ditch, let alone that piper. I don't want a rat pack on the back set for a tap spinal. Getaway bad driver. Eyesight for the backs and a bad license. Broke at a Bronx Zoo with a lockpick kid, split back for the last vipers and tigers and bears. He will hold down New York. I will be back to reclaim if I'm bored. They're like, oh, Ace bugging, yeah, he gonna leave. Yeah, I don't know what they said. That's a bit of a radical process. I was like, hey man, I put my time. I gotta do something, man. I tend to call it my sabbatical with options. Might be back. Peace to you and you and you. Y'all are the ones that you gonna come see me anyway, man. I'm gonna have the fucking fat ass country crib, man.